Hello, Star Citizens, and welcome to an unplanned video. I do want to say I am going to be announcing the winner of the ship contest today. So that'll be sometime like late at night. So it'll probably be around like 11 or something like that. Just so to give everybody a chance to like all the videos from today. But I wanted to talk about something that I think is a little interesting, right? I don't normally make videos about drama, but I just keep noticing a thing in the community, right? So, in the Star Citizen community, it seems like we are very fast to react to things. Like we know everything there is about Star Citizen. We track every single thing that happens, every patch note, every like live build, every test build. We track everything and we know everything. And mostly that's because CIG tries at least to do a pretty good job of, you know, informing us of what's going on with the game. Right now, sometimes they fail, but it's not through lack of trying. It's normally just we wanted more than they gave. But I noticed this thing with this like torpedo thing, right? So in the PTU right now, there's changes that are happening with every test build. Right now, it's called the public test universe. So what I'm noticing is that there was a change to torpedoes where they nerfed the torpedoes because they were trying to test something, and I guess they didn't tell everyone, hey, we're going to nerf the torpedoes and bring them back. They just nerfed them, and then within 24 hours, they brought them back to normal, or maybe not to what they were before, but they brought them to some degree of normal. But within that 24 hours, like there were people hammering CIG. I mean, absolutely hammering CIG and just being like, you guys are terrible and you guys are the worst. And I was reading it and I was like, maybe they are. If they just did this and this is going to be a change. But then I found out that it was in the PTU and I was like, well, they're just testing it, right? That was my first thought, is like, I mean, they change a bunch of stuff. Like there's times where they've nerfed weapons in a PTU and then they've put them back before the thing went live. They've done this before. So I guess I was sitting and I was wondering, like, well, why is everybody so upset if something like this happens in the PTU? You should be upset if it happens in the live build, or if they're on like wave 4 ready to launch it, or like where they're on that last wave, or I think it's wave 5 actually, where they're about to release it to everyone. And if they were at that wave and that this thing is about to come out and they're doing something like this, then it makes sense. But in an early PTU build, if they test something, it seems to me like they're just testing it. Now, could CIG be a little better with their communication? Yes, but how much better do we expect them to be? They tested something in a public test universe. So I guess I maybe it's just me, but I guess I don't expect them to tell me everything that they plan to test in the public test universe, because the amount of manpower and hourly work that would take just to inform you, hey, we're about to change a thing. Hey, we're about to change a thing. Hey, like, think about how many things change in a PTU patch. There's hundreds and hundreds of things, and they give you a general idea, like we're testing weapons, we're testing, missiles, like they give you a general idea. That's always what they give you in the patch. The primary purpose of this test is this number of things, right? But it seems like we hold CIG to a standard that they could never reach. Now, hey, it's the internet. That's what people are going to do. You open yourself up to this, CIG, when you decided to do a public alpha of a game, right? And share as much information as you're sharing. But I think this has to be like a kind of half and half conversation, right? Like, yes, we want CIG to have better communication because CIG should always be striving for better communication. But at the same time, are we expecting CIG to, meet every single one of our ever wanting needs, right? Like, I would love to know exactly what date the Banu Merchantman is coming out, but like they said 2 capitals a year, and it's not looking likely that it's going to be next month for Alien Week. So it is what it is. But at the same time, I'm not going to hammer CIG every day and be like, when is it coming? When is it coming? When is it coming? Right? Like, they've said they were working on it in the last, Citizen Con. So like, and they told us it's coming, and they gave us a little bit of information on it, and it is what it is, right? So I just feel like sometimes we as a community, we get a little hyped up, but I think it's for the right reasons. I think it's because we care, right? Like, we all know that this game is going to be awesome, and we want it to be as amazing as possible. So we do get upset when we see things that look like crazy that CIG is doing. But maybe let's wait until we call it crazy, until it's in like a late PTU patch, something that's about to go live, or until it gets to the live patches, because it seems like, I was worried because I was reading everybody else's post thinking that, oh, missiles and torpedoes just got super nerfed, and I'm reading and as I'm reading, I'm like, everybody's saying this is happening in the PTU, and I feel like I wasted my time reading it, because if I would have, maybe I should have paid more attention to the PTU part. But if I would have known that people were complaining about something in the PTU, then I would have been like, hey, it's the PTU, folks. Please don't play the PTU if you can't handle PTU testing. It's for testing. Like, that's if live is the alpha, then PTU is the alpha's alpha. So before things hit the alpha, you got to go to that alpha. And it's literally just a testing universe, folks. I think you get in the game and you want like an actual game when it's the PTU. The PTU, the actual 3.23 isn't even fully a game yet. It has a lot there, and it's almost there, but it's not fully a game yet. It's still alpha, and a lot of people get in the game and they just expect game-like things, and I just, I don't want people to change their expectations. I just want, I guess, to put a general message out there, like, just be aware of where you're at. If you're playing in the PTU, maybe wait till the last part of the PTU before it's going to go live to say, CIG, go kick rocks, because it is the public test universe. So, things are going to change and then change back, and it's going to be a lot more dynamic than the live server. So if you want the consistent play, then you go play live. If you want to test and be in this dynamic universe where things could be one way a second and then another way the next second, then you go play in the PTU if you're willing to do that and you're willing to spend your time there and you want to test the game. So yes, you need to go in, you need to report everything that is wrong in the PTU, and if that's all you're doing is saying, hey, this looks like a flaw, that's one thing. But if you're saying that CIG is like the worst developers ever and their communication is the worst communication I've ever seen from a game developer, then I feel like maybe we're exaggerating if we're going there, right? But stay frosty, friends. I want you to keep, reporting everything that you see, but, I'd like to I guess read through a forum where people are like aware of the circumstance of what they're reporting, right? Because there's multiple things now saying that the torpedo thing was just temporary, and people are like, well, you should have communicated it. And I'm like, well, yeah, they did by putting it in the PTU and then changing it back because it's the public test universe. But they say all the time common sense isn't so common, so maybe I'm thinking a certain way that other people don't think. But I think anything that happens in the PTU, as if it seems like a bug, then I'll report it. But if it just seems like the game changed a little bit, then I mean, it is what it is. Like, I won't use that ship for the next hour. I'll go use another ship or something. But hey, well, that's it for this one. I just wanted to like do like a public service announcement for like, chill the heck out. But telling Star Citizens to chill out is definitely a futile thing, but there's my attempt at it. It's a public test universe, folks. That's all I can say. All right, I'll see you in the next one here in a few hours. Peace.